What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I wanted to talk about this whole Baldur's Gate 3, and how Ponies and Donkey Unicorns are attaching to it like it's a console exclusive, which it is not, because of extenuating circumstances and I would say, size of Larian Studios, their inability to actually do multiple versions of, many multiple versions, I would say, of the game for all the intended systems is a result. And they said they made the conscious decision to, for some reason, not work on the Xbox Series S version. Well, they say they need more time to get it working because it's difficult, and there's speculation, because of the RAM this and the RAM that, and I'm like, there's 10 gigs of RAM in the Xbox Series S. So you would imagine 7.5 to 8 gigs of RAM. Minimum spec is 8, I believe, 8 VRAM. So, you know what, when I think about it, sure, that might be an issue, but still, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's actually fortuitous, and I think it's a better outlook for the game itself, because if it were to just launch on Xbox as well, it would get decimated by Starfield. And now I'm going to posit Starfield versus Baldur's Gate 3. Not because they're both RPGs, not because they're coming out around the same time, because the Ponies and the Donkey Unicorns have decided to adopt it as an exclusive when it's not. You could be like, oh, it's circumstances, and it's not coming out for the Xbox because it doesn't matter. It's still not an exclusive. And the fact that, it has, bear sex or something, whatever. I mean, sure, it's a D&D game, so it's going to be unique in that respect. But think about this. There's no way in the world that Baldur's Gate 3 will do better, perform better, sell more lifetime sales more than Starfield. There's just no way. Starfield is going to destroy it in across the board. Not because I personally think Starfield's a better game, looking at it, for me as the type of player that I am, but it is so many type of players that can play Starfield and enjoy it as the player that they are. So say if I just want to I'm a first person shooter guy, I can go in there and play first person shooter space dude if I wanted to. Or say I just want to build ships, I can build all the ships I want. Or I want to build settlements, I want to build Coruscant on the moon. That's what you could do. So many, and that's not even touching upon the actual story, the factions and all that stuff, the different planets and the settlements. It's not even touching on that. That's ancillary. That's side stuff, if you will. I mean, it's part of the main game, yes, but it's something that players can focus on and make it their own, And that's one of the strengths of Baldur's Gate. But Baldur's Gate is still as wide open as it is, quote unquote. It's not Starfield. And these Ponies and Donkey Unicorns don't know what a CRPG is. They're too used to these sad dad third-person action games, cinematic. And they think that, oh man, Baldur's Gate's gonna be so good. It's not what you want. It's not the games that is not the games that you play. Historically speaking, Baldur's Gate 3, it's not the type of game that PlayStation players play. And I don't know, I know why they're glomming onto it. I know why they're gravitating to it, because they got nothing else. And they're trying to take advantage of the headlines of the story. Oh, it's not coming out for the Xbox. It's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's like, no, it's not. You can pretend it is. And when it does come out for Xbox, probably on Game Pass, then the numbers will start to blow up even more, because people who have been playing Starfield be like, well, let me take a break with Starfield. Let's go play Baldur's Gate. Then I'm gonna get back to Starfield, because Starfield is, look, I didn't say this. This is what people are saying. Game of the generation. So, Baldur's Gate, is that game of the gen? No, I haven't heard people say that. I haven't heard them say Spider-Man 2 is game of the generation. I haven't heard that. So, you look at what's going on as far as the rhetoric between the two games. And like I said, they're totally different games. They're RPGs, but Starfield is just way bigger. There's no question. There's so many different angles you can approach it. You could spend hours in building your own, just creating a character. You could spend hours. I mean, I'm sure you could do the same thing in Baldur's Gate. I'm not too sure how, I mean, they don't have penis sliders, but you can choose a penis, I guess. Okay, sure. Is that what you want to do? I don't think Starfield will have peni, have phallics. But, sure. Okay, so Baldur's Gate won that one. They have the peepees. If that's what tips the scale for you, then there you go. But for me, I'd rather have a phallic spaceship than a actual phallic member. Does that make sense? Anyway, the verdict will, I mean, look, ultimately it'll be down to, the longevity of the title. If you look at the past, if you look at the history, Baldur's Gate, yes, its name has been in video games since, when the first game came out on PC. And it is mainly because it is a Dungeons and Dragons game. It is not a Dungeons and Dragons like game. It is a Dungeons and Dragons game. Uses the same rule book. I think it's 5th edition right now. I'm not too sure. Roll of the dice. They even have that in the game. All the things that D&D players like, that's what it is. And that is one of the main draws of Baldur's Gate. It's not because, it's space and all this, or because it's not. It's a fantasy game. But because it's D&D and because there is a huge fan base of the tabletop D&D, this translates. So that's another reason why it's doing so well. And the Ponies and Donkey Unicorns are kind of going with that momentum, but they don't realize that it's not because it's a game for them, and it's not a game for them. And it's not even a game for me. I would probably try it out because I wanted to kind of see the different things. But honestly, I'm like a solo player, and D&D is not a solo game. You have to play with people. I mean, technically you don't, but that would be the most boring, stupid game ever. You have to play with people. You have to have a party. That's how you do it. And if you're not doing it that way, you're doing it wrong. And historically speaking, PlayStation players aren't they're not multiplayer players. They're not, let me play with a bunch of friends. They're all solo dad walking simulator games, right? That's the strength. That's what they play. There's some Call of Duty people, but they play solo. They play deathmatch. They play all those things. They don't play teams and stuff like that. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna generalize. Some people do, but the PlayStation is not known for multiplayer. It's not known to be the multiplayer box. That's what the Xbox was. That's how it started, and that's how it continues to be. Now they got Call of Duty. We're just waiting for the judge to sign the papers. Then it's a lock. And so, and Baldur's Gate, yeah, it's cool. But and once it pops into Game Pass next year, because that's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna delay it till next year, and then they're gonna throw it into Game Pass, and that's it. And I'm gonna play it, and I'll see what's up. But I'm still gonna be playing Starfield. Starfield is so big and so juicy and so yummy that I'm going to be playing it for the rest of this generation. Put it that way. That's how serious this is. Like when Grounded was in like early access, I was playing it, and they were fixing stuff and doing that. I was playing it. I put over 120 days, it said. Now I don't know if it's days. I think it's days in the game, which I'm not exactly sure how long that is. Maybe a day is it can't be 2 hours. It has to be more than 2 hours. Well, let's just say a day is 2 hours in grounded time. And so, 2 times, so that's 400. That's not 400 hours. That's 300 hours. Did I do that math right? Whatever. That's like 300 hours in grounded. And so I'm like, if a game hits me the right way, I'm gonna be in there. And as far as I'm concerned, all the things they showed, I'm like, yeah, I'm there. I'm gonna be exploring. I'm gonna be getting mining for materials and be building ships. That's my goal, to get a whole bunch of ships or get the ultimate ship. Maybe try to build a Millennium Falcon, who knows? If the mods come through like they have in the past for Skyrim and Fallout and all that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They could put mods for the people, they put mods for the ship, you put all kinds of ships in there. Man, come on, son. It's a no-brainer. It's gonna be so good. And it is so good that I am literally contemplating. Now, I'm not literally. I'm going to buy the $35 upgrade joint, the early access joint. I'm going to do that. It's not a physical copy. I wish it was a physical copy. But it's not a physical copy. It's through Game Pass, right? So if I buy the early access, you get the DLC, the first DLC, not Shattered Dimensions, Shattered Sky. I can't remember what that actually is called, but you get that, and you get the early access. And I'm like, okay. And I don't even want, if I get early access, I'll play it day one. I'll play it on the 1st. But I can wait till the 6th. But I want to play the DLC too. So I'm like, I'm going to get that anyway. So $35, that ain't that much. Let's go. Boom. And this is how they're going to sell units. This is how they're going to make money. That early access period, that's 6 days. That's all they need. For example, Forza Horizon 5, I think, sold like 2 million before it even came out. It was the early access period. So, Sony is full of shite. They're full of excuses, trying to hang on to that old whatchamacallit, try to keep it alive forever and ever. People are so dumb with the music and stuff. Sony's so dumb with their old ways, and it's they're gonna be the harbinger. I was gonna say they're gonna be the leader of their own demise, because they're stuck in this mode, and I don't understand why they can't see it. Why they can't see how what they're doing is counterproductive. There needs to be a balance. Like, I'm not saying totally ignore console sales, but what I'm saying is that do not rely totally on console sales. And that's what they're doing. That's all their motivation, and all of their what they're doing is to drive console sales. And it's hindering the industry. This is why I have a problem with what Sony's doing, because they're stifling creativity, they're stifling business as a whole, they're stifling the industry. And when I say that, I mean, who charges for crossplay? Crossplay is something that we should have automatic. Crossplay invites more gamers to play with each other, which means a healthier ecosystem of a game across the platforms, which means more people making money because more people are playing, buying things, whatever. So their whole thing about, we want to keep people in the Sony ecosystem buying on our store, but you're dumb, because by doing that, you're sectioning off, and it's not just you, it's everybody else, and everybody else is more than just you. And they don't realize, I guess they realize it now because they see the PC numbers, which Microsoft has known for years. They're like, these PC numbers is big, we need to figure out how we can get these PC numbers. And Sony's just doing it now, but they're doing a piss poor job. I was listening to Bobcast today, the Giant Bombcast, and they were lamenting, it hasn't happened yet, but Dreams, they're about to kill Dreams on PlayStation. And they're like, if Dreams was on PC for like $15, or I think maybe Jeff said $30, whatever it was, I'd be there. Let's go, day one. And I said that like way ago. And now that I'm hearing other people say that, I'm like, good, I'm not crazy. And why? I mean, they're putting Spider-Man, they're putting all these other goofy games on PC, but they won't put Dreams on there and support it there? Do they not realize that Dreams on PC could create a whole new Unreal Engine type of vibe? And Dreams could be their engine. And they can make a bespoke PC version that would be, you know, mouse and keyboard friendly, and boom. And you say, okay, now you can take these and put them out on PlayStation, put them out on Steam, put them out on Xbox, put them out wherever. You know how much money that would make? And then they can say, yeah, okay, you can use the engine for free, but we get, you know, the same deal like Epic, or I would say more so Unity. You know, up to 100,000, that's yours. But after that, we get a cut. You know, I mean, Sony's would probably be now we get 30 all the time or something. You know, they just want their money. But whatever, at least it would be there, and it would be the choice of the developer and the creators to say, well, do I want to use this because they're going to take 30% or blah blah, hypothetically. But that's not even an option. And so, and people are saying, man, if this was on freaking PC, it would be so awesome. And what does that tell you about Sony? What does that tell you? Do they have the foresight? Are they short-sightedness? Are they that bad that they can't see the forest from the trees? Are they that bad that they're just leaving money on the table? They don't want to make the investment. They're all about making money, but they're afraid to make money. They're all about making money only on their terms. That's a losing battle. Only on your terms means nothing can change. But things are changing. That's the nature of just reality, you know. Things change. It's how evolution happens. And the video game industry is evolving every day through technology, through creative processes, through the creators themselves creating new technologies and processes, and also just new ideas. I mean, honestly, are there any new ideas? Yeah, they're running thin. There might be when I guess quantum computing and stuff like that happens, but you know, that's not quantum computing is not for video games. Let's just be real. It's not. That's a totally different topic and subject that I won't get into right now. But the bottom line is that going into September, Starfield is going to dominate. Going into October, Starfield will still dominate. Going into November, Call of Duty will be a flash. People will still be playing Starfield. I'm telling you, Starfield is the next Skyrim. And like I said, if the mods are there, forget about it. It's definitely the game of the generation. It will last until next gen. And then when next gen comes, you know what they're gonna do? Starfield HD remaster. They're gonna remaster it for the next gen, the new gen, the Gen 10, whatever it is. I don't know what gen it would be. The next Xbox. Because it's gonna be exclusive. Let's go. I mean, I'll be interested to see what the PC's version of Starfield is, how it performs. I mean, it'll be 60, obviously, but I do want to see like some ray trace stuff. That's the main thing. I know they have their own global illumination solution, Bethesda, but it's kind of like Unreal's. It's a little fake, you know, Lumen. It's like it's not ray tracing. It's not path tracing, but it's a close approximation. So, you know, I give them credit. If it looks good, I'm not gonna be too nitpicky on, you know, the thing. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all subscribe. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about Starfield versus Baldur's Gate 3. I keep saying Boulder. Baldur's Gate 3. And do you think these Ponies and Donkey Unicorns are trying to latch on to anything because they ain't got no games? Spider-Man ain't winning Game of the Year. Ain't no Game of the Year for PlayStation this year. Nope. It'll probably be Tears of the Kingdom. If it's not Tears of the Kingdom, it's gonna be Starfield. Period. Baldur's Gate ain't winning that either. But watch they win. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next one. Till the wait.